Hello everyone. How you guys doing? I am back on test server. We're gonna hopefully find some matches today. I actually don't even know if test server is dead or not. I haven't checked. Let me see. It's got 241 people. It's not great. So it might be last day of test server then. Yeah, there's no way. I mean, maybe we'll find matches today, and maybe tomorrow we'll still find some more matches, but I will probably just make this the last day. Get my Reaper clips, and then I'll be done. Why does the test server die so fast? It's because, in my opinion, there's not enough to do on there. Like, even as a content creator who is trying to like maximize the amount of content that I can get from the test server, there's not really much for me to do. I'm like, okay, I can do Blackbeard nerf, new operator, the Reaper buff, and then like new recruits. There's 4 things, so it's like, why bother playing if there's not much for you to do? Thanks for sub X-Ray Vade. Reaper's usable now, but still not great. Yeah, I was trying to get more clips with it yesterday. But it's either like you fry people with it or you just immediately die in your first fight. We use primary shotguns with Reaper secondary. I mean, that's never a bad idea. It's usually what a lot of people do is shotgun primary, machine pistol secondary, but I still don't think Reaper is good enough to be your primary weapon. It's just my primary weapon because I'm on test server. Okay. Just gonna take a screenshot of the Reaper. I didn't tweet out about the Reaper the other day, did I? Doesn't look like it. Basically just gonna tweet out what me and Evan talked about on stream yesterday, where he said SMG 11 and SMG 12 should be as bad as the Reaper is.
Where are me interrogating?
Okay. I tweeted out that I'm live. I actually got into a game. I think I only need like 3 or 4 more Reaper clips. They don't even have to be anything crazy, so. If I surrender to a cheater, do I still get rollback? Yes. You can throw the Denaries into the spawns on some maps. If you could ever make anything actually work with that, I would be impressed, but you can't. What are you possibly gonna do if you throw it into spawn and then they just walk away from spawn? I remember when people said that about Tachanka, where they're like, well, you can now shoot the Shumaka launcher into spawn and kill people. It's like, no one's gonna be just sitting in spawn AFK and, like, stay in the fire. And then for the Nari, they'd have to actively walk back and forth through the laser in order to get affected by it. Alright, I'm gonna just send it through site window since they seem to all be setting up there. I shouldn't have gone right into the rotate. I should have just waited a bit. I got Ella. We can get the 1 in 100,000 AFK with the perfect shot. Happens every game.
Oh, hello, Small 12. Oryx in closet.
In closet.
I just love decks, bro.
Hope everyone's day is going well.
I did kill Ella, right? I can't tell what that symbol is, because... yeah, looks like Ella. Damn.
Nice, yeah.
Getting kind of crazy.
Nice.
But sniper. Day's going well. I woke up earlier than I wanted to. I think I woke up at 6:30 and I went to bed last night at like 12, so I only got 6.5 hours of sleep. I could not fall back asleep. I went to bed late though. I should have gone to bed way earlier. Bullet noises on deployable shield are so satisfying.
I'm gonna
Like,
rush again. I'll do it with you. Just hold on a second. I'll rush in. I'll go in from solar.
Alright, bet.
I don't like that I could hear him sniffle. You mean like when the bullets hit the deployable shield?
I think
I think
that's
just the
everybody's
Ying
plan now.
LMG sounded good. Hydrate. I also spent 3.5 hours this morning playing RimWorld because I didn't feel like working. And it was all going incredibly well, amazing, and then one mistake, and I lost half of the gunners in my
They have a
team.
mirror.
Terrible. You should give your old PC to Ben. Ben literally just built a PC like a year ago. Why would he
Yeah,
need a
but
new
what did-
PC?
They have a cap can.
The cap can is laying down traps, holding this down.
Oh, hello, cap can.
Oh, Amaru died. Wait, I thought Ash cleared that. Oh my god, she walked around it. I thought she cleared it. I should have checked anyways, but
A shot.
I should have checked anyways, but just based off her walking through there, I just assumed it would be clear.
It's probably tucked to your right.
Yeah, in the bathroom.
Ooh, they have a mirror set up here.
Frag him sledge. Easy peasy. And the guy in the closet.
They probably have a Varity on the other side.
Oh, he has the mirror in there.
Oh shit.
Oh, I downed him with the grenade.
Nice.
Oh, he was stuck in there. Okay, well. Even with the traps downing me, I still got a clip. We're good. Which days am I doing hacker replay, or is it just when you feel like it? So it's always on Sundays, but this week it's going to be different. I'm still trying to decide on what my schedule is going to be 100%, but the current plan is Saturday, Sunday I'm taking off, and then Monday I do hacker replay, and then I do some other stuff that I have planned. But I could also do hacker replay early on Sunday, do a short stream, and then take Monday off. So I don't want to spoil too much because I don't know how much has been said, but Monday we're doing like a hide and seek thing with Coconut, so I don't want to. I'm like, I could stream it, but it's going to be a long day, so I'm like, I could also just take the day off and then show up when I need to. We'll see. Work with C4 and an automatic pistol, what a world. I still feel like those two buffs were maybe a bit too much for him, but I mean, Rook was already underpicked and stuff. How and where is Frederick? Frederick is still outside. We have him on the porch. Do you know how much the new op will be in Renown? Probably the same as always is, 25,000. That would be my guess. They just repelled on main window.
Also.
Oh, I thought they'd have a claymore there. He didn't put one there. Did she just repel in? I didn't hear her.
Sledge outside library.
I don't even know. I think short stream Sunday would be best. Yeah, I mean, we'll see. The thing is, so Peter's also visiting this weekend. So that's why I was like, if I take Sunday off, I can just hang out with him all day. But I was like, but I could also just stream early Sunday, start at like 11, finish at like 1, and then still have the whole day with him. So like, I don't have to take the full day off, but when he gets here, we'll talk about what we want to do, and then I'll plan my schedule around them. But Saturday I'm 100% taking off because we are leaving here at like, I think 10 a.m., maybe earlier, to go hang out with family all day. Because that's the day Peter's busy doing something, so we organize something with our family. My left eye is constantly tearing up. I just thought of a crazy strat. I wonder if this would work. I doubt it. But what if you like start typing in chat to the enemy team and you're like, my team is like being racist, I don't want to help them. So then you choose Rook and you're like, I'm going to give you guys armor, and you put it by the front door, but you stand there with them so they don't think it's a bait, and then you have a C4 underneath and you blow everyone up when they go to grab the armor. I think that could work. That's a war cry. Too late now, but maybe next round. I think that would work better though if I had friends like in the party with me, because then they could be like, this guy's being a little bitch or whatever, and like sell it. With the randoms, they're probably gonna be like, what are you talking about? What the hell? That's weird. She peeked the right. I didn't think someone was gonna jump in there a minute and a half into the round. That was unfortunate timing.
Spot blue.
Can't you technically do that with any other op C4 though? You could, but the fact that I can do it solo
First floor.
means that I can just like, we don't have to waste my life and a C4. It's just my C4 and my life.
One below.
So then
one
another op
outside.
can still hold their C4. Thunder. Technically a 1v2. Oh.
Talked in that corner. One thing.
One thing.
Still talk.
He's a little
That's right.
cornered. Oh, I could try it this round. I could try to... No! He actually took Rook. I guess I'll go Oryx. I was trying to think of how I would sell it. Because the issue is
Why don't you
also...
use a shotgun on Rook with the auto pistol.
My concern was if they kill me,
Shit's fucking fire combo.
and then I can't take
3
the...
shotguns on base.
Or I can't blow them up.
Hell yeah. We also got auto pistols.
I want to take off that red filter, but I've already recorded so many videos with it that I might as well keep it on. We need a one-piece R6 collab. I mean, R6 has been doing a lot of anime collabs, so it wouldn't surprise me if they ended up doing one. And it's not anime, but animation. With like Rick and Morty, they did the other anime. I don't know what the name of the anime is, with the zombie big butt skin.
I need my t-shirt.
Didn't they do another one recently? I swear. I mean, right now I was looking at the ban rates on console. One thing I found really interesting was that in season 1 of year 10, it was like Capcan was the #1 ban on console. And then with the new ban system, Capcan isn't even on the list anymore, and Mira is now banned 80% of the time. So her ban rate actually like skyrocketed, going from, I think it was like 20% up to 80% in one season. Can't tell what that sound was of him landing. That might have been going down the trench.
Push me, pussy.
I forgot I'm not Rook. I was gonna go for the C4.
I downed one. I got a res. And laundry. Hey, garage, I mean.
Someone's getting rezzed.
That's unfortunate. Here's Zithia and Striker in garage. Nice.
On the right side.
Nice.
Oh, he was further back. The best way to keep ops you need is to play Blackbeard, and if you don't get a kill, they'll ban it. Same with Cat. That's true, actually. Yeah, if you go shields, they'll just immediately ban whatever shield you played. That is every game that we've been in. Oh yeah, I want to pull up the Year 10 Season 2 designer notes, and then Year 10 Season 3 designer notes. So, look at the ban differences. So, operator ban rates on defense for PC. I don't know if PC will be much different. I assume it will. Yeah. So, it was Fenrir, then Mira, then Clash, and now it's Mira, Kaid, Fenrir. A lot of people ban Kaid because they just don't want hatchets to be electrified. And then on PC or on console, Capcan used to be 55% of the bans, and now he is 5%. They just don't ban console, or they don't ban Capcan that much on console anymore. Mira, 77%. Insane. I guess when you can pick and choose, if you don't see a Capcan main, then you just don't bother banning him. But then if you see one, then you ban him. I don't know how the attacker bans have gone. Let's see, on PC, it was Blackbeard, Dokkaebi, Blitz, and now it's Ace, Blackbeard, Dokkaebi. And then on console, Ace is at an 84% ban rate now. Console, it used to be Blackbeard #1. Ace is now insanely #1. Ace, Thermite, Ram. That is fucked. I've never really understood the hate on Mira. Just get better. It's more so not wanting to deal with it. It's also very annoying if they do a proper setup where you really can't do anything to break it. Like they're watching for Twitch drones. They have ADSs and Wilmais to catch Ash charges and Kali lances. And then you're just faced with a one-way mirror that can kill you instantly as soon as they want. Especially in the higher ranks. In the lower ranks, you know, people don't use them as well. People don't care about them, but in the high ranks, it does matter a lot more. Quirky Lobster. Let's go. Mir and Jaeger are such a good combo and people will never play it. That's not true. I've seen a decent amount of people do like a Jaeger or Womai combo with Mira in Bank Basement. Just to try to keep it alive as long as possible. Well, it looks like Ponx is also still trying to grind content for the test server. I feel bad for if the creators haven't gotten everything they need yet. Like, I'm almost done all my test server content, but if you haven't gotten it yet, like, test server's about to be fully dead. I have Quirky Lobster and we have Lobster.itch on the enemy team. Camp lobbies go club. Yeah, but then that's even more of a reason why people should want to ban Mira, right? And gold is because they don't want to deal with a thing that they don't know how to deal with. Simple as that. I guess it should be banned less in the higher ranks, because in the higher ranks people should be more coordinated to deal with it, but in the same sense, the enemy team is even more coordinated at preventing you from dealing with it. Second day is always the last day for me, it's so hard after. Whatever they did with the test server this year, though, I feel like made it still more enjoyable, or like better to keep grinding, because now I don't think there's any MMR, so it's just the first 10 people who queue you get into a match with. So we were getting matches, even on the third day, most of our matches were queuing in like 10 to 20 seconds. Now it's like a minute, and there's only 200 people online, so test server is definitely going to be probably dead after today. I just need like 1 or 2 more Reaper clips, and then we're good. I don't think I'll get it here, though. This gun is still ass. Is where dreams are made. A 1v5 Reaper.
Ash, white stairs.
Never mind. I was too busy talking. I didn't hear her run down the first part of the stairs. That's on me. Oh my god. What is their sensitivity? No. Actually, I should probably go Oryx. Would be better. $90. Bro, what is this guy? Test server's been weird, man. Just got my PC yesterday and I got permanently banned for cheating before I got to play a single game. Is there anyone I can talk to about this, because I've never touched PC yet? I'm banned. I'm not saying I don't believe you, but I very much don't believe you. Unless you were cheating on console. It wouldn't make any sense for you to get banned before you even touch the game. They wouldn't have, or unless you downloaded cheats. There's always a chance you probably downloaded cheats preemptively and they detected it, but they actually know you always have to boot the game first in order for them to detect it, so I don't know if I believe your story. Actually, I have an idea. map is not great for the Reaper.
guy,
It's all just long hallways. I think that's supposed to be Pox, but it shows
Warden going up red stairs.
his
Or not
real
Warden.
name.
Sledge, I mean, my bad. Red stairs.
I keep forgetting I'm not Rook. I don't have a C4. God, he's drop shotting. 2024 or 25. Fuck, I already forgot what it is. Go Pox, get your clip.
How'd you get the plat charm in test server?
This is not the time to ask, bro.
I did the rank 2.0 tester.
Okay. I didn't play then.
I know it's just a creator thing, but I'm like,
I didn't have a PC then.
bro, why is he talking while he's trying to 1v1 clutch? He's like, I know it's test server, so it doesn't matter, but he at least I know is trying to get the clip. Like, just pipe down. Let him focus. Planting in the corner, right? As you continue to talk. I'm not talking in game.
Do you think this sounds better on the?
Ain't no way you're trying to compare
do you
me
think it's so
talking to
shitty?
chat where he can't hear a
I
single
think it's good
word
since,
to this guy trying to talk to
the-
Pox in the middle of the
clear
round.
heard of him where he was on this one. When I was playing this shit first time, I couldn't understand.
Yes, Pox is a YouTuber.
How do you like new operator?
This isn't champ though.
I'm still
Bro,
trying to
do you
figure
guys
out how
listen?
the fuck he's going to be incorporated into Pro League.
he's yeah, I think he's super hard.
I feel
But
like
he's
chat
good.
is just brain
Oh
dead
yes,
today.
I've played him before.
First saying
There's
I'm
just
talking
7
when I'm
of them
talking to chat
motherfuckers
and
to
not
throw
talking in game. Second,
Yeah, it takes a long
saying
time.
this isn't champ
Oh,
though. And I
yeah,
literally
especially,
before
you
said
gotta
I
have
know
good
this is just
spots for
test
him.
server, but he is a creator who's trying to get a
They're
clip.
just really good. Put them all in one area.
See,
Yeah.
I disagree.
I find it so funny though that I can see Pox's real name, and then whenever he talks, it shows his stream mode name. Like,
thought
I
if
hope
could
that does
use
not
him
come to live build.
block the fuser.
Yeah, you can put them down on stairs, and then if they're running on the stairs, they can't.
Oh yeah, I seen that one. Varsity and Nugget were doing that. Yeah, if you do one, that's invisible on certain maps.
You saw my 1v1. Let's see how to lock in. Just distracted now by the stupidity going on in chat. Maybe because you're on his friends list. I actually don't even think I am on Pox's friends list. No, I don't even have him as a friend. I think it's just bugged. He was trying to hit a clip of someone planting. He was 1v3ing with new operator? Mikey, I can tell you failed out of school, but like, use at least a little bit of logic in Twitch chat. Come on. You don't have to be stupid your whole life. You can keep that just at school and then use your brain elsewhere.
They're in freezer, by the way.
Just joined the stream like 5 minutes ago. So, what I'm hearing is you joined with no information,
night.
assumed you knew everything, and are now trying to be... I was gonna say try to be a smartass, but failing. God, chat is dumb today. Okay, I'm fucking... Is this the 9-hour edge guy? Yeah, I'm muting the text chat. That is insane. He has that on a fucking macro.
Grim and A.
Am I hearing? I thought I heard him on the bomb. I'm deaf.
Can you imagine Blitz with a blicky?
That's what I've been saying. Give Blitz the Reaper? Thanks for the 14 months, Driver 2. Proving how toxic the R6 community is. Yeah, and you're proving how stupid it is. Been a long time YouTube watcher, but first time tuning into stream. I'm a noob, but your content has helped me understand the game better. Well, thanks for watching, Kalmana. Or no, that's not an L, that's an I. Kaimena. Blitz with Reaper's diabolical. It would be so bad because, like, the Reaper's just bad. Even with the buff, it is still bad. But it would be funny. And that's all that matters. No one is hacking or bashing anyone, we're just chilling. Bro, you were the one who was criticizing non-stop, and then when I called you out, you're like, bro, I don't know what you're talking about. I hate dumb people. It's always moving the goalposts. He makes fun of me being like, what, he's trying to get a clip of someone just planting and that's it? I correct him and he's just like, well, I don't know. Stop being toxic. It's like, bro, you know what? I'm gonna just move on. I'm not gonna stoop to his level and be stupid. Also, I'm just gonna rush. Surely, they will not expect this. Oh, there's holes here. Oh! Well, minus 20 or 50 HP. I actually did something there. The Blackbeard nerfs actually changed him at all. They made him slightly worse, but he is still very strong. I'm applying this, I'll have my time and have retired. Gosh. Did you ever really play? I feel like whenever you've been in chat and I asked you about playing, you're always just like, nah, I don't play anymore. Oh, 9-hour edge left. Ow. The nerfs are more impactful for lower ranks only. I think it's going to be just more impactful in the higher ranks. So here's the thing. If you're in the low ranks and a Blackbeard reloads in front of you and his shield collapses, do you think the lower ranks are going to capitalize on that as much? Or do you think the higher ranks are going to be like waiting, like counting bullets, knowing when he's about to reload, and then fry him as soon as he reloads, right? I think it'd be even better in the lower ranks. Or not better, but you know what I mean. It won't be as bad. Do you think the Blackbeard window entry nerf has done the correct way, or should they have made him so that you're forced to use the ability to do a window repel entry? I wouldn't have mind if they... Yeah, if they did that, where you could use his ability to do that hop reach, but honestly, I think them removing it altogether is probably for the best. Playing console from Velvet Shadow, Burnt Horizon, then on PC from Burnt Horizon to Steel Wave, or whichever one was after. Horizon is horrific for me, Dan. Does not feel like you played that long, Josh. I swear ever since I've chatted with you, you were always just like, yeah, I'm retired. Fox is also making a Blackbeard video. Ah! Trying to drop that on him and I fucking fell with it. Hold up. Ain't no way someone's up here, right, chat? Oh shit. He's on the hatch. Fuse? I thought Fuse was holding the cross. I'm not Sledge, bro. I'm so dumb. You're in by bunker.
Dicks, bro.
My legs should be very visible, but I'm just hoping that... Never mind. Sentry gang, that TCSG is a big dub. I haven't used it yet, so I don't really know what it's going to be like, but I do think that is overall good that the recruits just have more weapons. Honestly, in my opinion, they should have one of every single weapon. Maybe the defender shouldn't have an LMG, but you know what I mean. Like, attack should have assault rifle, SMG, LMG, DMR, and probably a slug shotgun as well. Or a shotgun of any kind, I guess. And then defense should have everything minus the LMG. Because the whole point of it is to give them options, right? Does this first shot with the pistol have really high recoil? Is it just me? The issue with this pistol is that the recoil is incredibly random. So you start shooting and like from one bullet, like I could go like this. It would be like shot, 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 and then one random bullet will be like over here, and then shot, 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 and just like it goes crazy sometimes. Good Sentry Maestro LMG, Stamina 100 shield to make it a Chanky Hochich Chanka. I mean, you could do that with just Maestro, you know. Pox the diffuser again. I am a fragger. I don't plant.
Yeah, you can just put one ash charge on the right side and you'll break it. You can just ash the floor right here. If you just ash the floor.
Good
here,
thing I did
you can
not
get to the gap.
follow him through. Trying to do the impact trick. They're not. What am I doing? Was his phone ringing? I swear I did not hear that phone. I only heard the one in the bunker. Did I hear that, chat? I think think Poxy's your real name too, not the streamer one? I don't think so, because even the enemy team referred to me as Lobster. Because someone said, lobsters, are you guys family? But I don't think anyone would see my name. I think Sledge's footsteps made it hard to hear. I feel like maybe I just heard the other phone too much, and that obscured the other one. I'm sure we're probably going to be just stuck in a cycle of the same lobbies over and over again. Vivid Knife. Oh, yeah, Pox on the enemy team. Alright. Give me the sledge. Get me in there. Going in through sandwich window. Is there going to be a seasonal skin for Denari or no? They put it in the patch notes. I saw the patch notes for the first time today, and it shows it a little bit. It doesn't look good. But then again, when was the last time a seasonal skin looked really good? Been a while. Is it me, or has R6 sound not really been improved too much beyond vertical sounds being more clear? Horizontal can be hit or miss. There are a lot of times where I'm like, I swear I hear someone on my left and it's actually on the right. But I think I'm just an old man. I think if you ask any youngster, they'll tell you that everything sounds amazing. Clash plus Denari plus barbed wire slow must be the most painful thing to deal with. I don't think it stacks. Could be wrong on that.
Are you ready?
Oh yeah, you ready?
Yeah.
Nice.
Scopos and Deimos skins were pretty good. I didn't really like the Deimos ones because it was just like red camo. Or orange camo, I can't remember. Scopos ones I think were interesting at least. Why wouldn't it stack? So I feel like nothing else in the game stacks. Fire doesn't stack damage. What's it called? Like electricity technically doesn't stack. Doesn't do anything extra. I think I've tested barbed wire and Clash before and I don't think it stacks. I don't think any ability stacks in this game. Or any like debuff stacks. Oh, what? They went here. Thanks for some big bird. Could the higher value slow take over?
I got the cop.
I would assume, yeah, whatever has the biggest effect would be taking the precedent, but I do not know for sure. Close on that door. I shot his arm so much. Oh, Ash is just walking towards site. Oh, Ying is so lost. Oh no. That poor Ying. She was staring like right at the Malusi and had no idea what she was doing. What? What did I just watch? These are the people I need to fight. That Cav. God damn. And then the Ying in chat says, Cav, leave, please. I'm not letting that Zera guy get away with it. How dare he roast someone who did just as bad as him. Is the new Reaper still kind of trash, or is it better? It's better, but it's still pretty trash. Okay, he's bad. I saw, it's not like drama or anything, but I saw a video about why Shroud thinks that COD, like Pro League, doesn't really do well, and it's not that like important. And then I saw the response from it was like Nick Merckx being like mouse and keyboard ass take. And then it started a whole argument about controllers and stuff, because then people are just like, I don't know, the controller players for some reason took that as a personal insult, because they were like, well, controller Pro League is so good, blah blah. I'm like, bro, what is going on? En ist Malusi ist made for trap someone. I not miss 12 shot on Zofia, not Malvin in 3-meter distance. I think he thought he was cooking there, but I can't say he was. Oh, I missed so badly. I didn't realize he was in there. That would have been such a good 3K. I thought he was still in archives. Shroud isn't wrong. He's not. So the argument he made, he was just like, with COD Pro League, you can't tell the difference from player 1 to player 2. They're all the same, which is doubly more so true. He didn't say this, but obviously everyone else can understand. It's doubly more true when everyone just uses controller and they all have aim assist, because then all the top players look very similar when they all have the game doing half the aim for them. And then there's not much tech when it comes to Call of Duty. Like in Pro League, there's map knowledge and then like gunplay and sound, but Siege, there's destruction, there's team comps. Counter-Strike, there's economy. Well, I mean, any game with an economy. Battle Royales at least have like looting systems and being smart with what you get, stuff like that. My enemy team has no headphones. Whoa, whoa, don't say that. I killed Pox with that. You saying Pox has no headphones? You could be right. I do think he uses earbuds. He had the Odyssey LCD GXs. He would have heard that. Pox washed, okay. What do you think is a good rank for controller player to get in PC lobbies on R6? A good rank? I feel like platinum. That's above average. But also, I don't know. The way when I play against plats, I'm like, these guys are trash, so hard for me to judge. Oh, what the hell? I have zero clue what happened there. Oh, he was in there. Bro, I don't know how Clash just went fucking flying. My eye is so itchy. Has been getting, or my eyelid has been getting dry again, so I'm wondering if it's just that. I know I said it before, but I've gone this season on both platforms, Diamond 4, just trying to help out my friends. Wait, what? That was an
Go for plan, bro.
It was Pox again. Poor guy. I'm bullying him. I don't like that Twitch is basically just leaning into the window, but can't see anything, but they would be able to see her. He's mighty fucked. Oh! Never mind, he hit him. All he has to do is hold this cross.
In. On the desk, pushing him.
He did not hold the cross. I think after this match, I'm gonna go get something for my eyelid. It's so itchy and dry. But I think I don't really understand the science behind it, but I feel like I got COVID or a cold, and the way it's showing, instead of being like, you know, a typical cold symptom of like super congested and like bedridden or whatever, it's just like my eyelid got really dry. I got like a rash here, and then I had a little headache yesterday. That's my guess. Cold vid. Maybe that's why it was so weird. It was a weird combination of the two. Do you think there will be a ton of cheaters in the next season? I have to hope not. I have to say no. Ubisoft will get rid of all the cheaters. But we know that's not true. Wildfire smoke is making my allergies crazy. Same symptoms for weeks now. I don't go outside. I don't know what it is. At first I thought it was just allergies, but then one day I did wake up with like a bit of a headache. Oh, I mean yesterday and the day before. And then I also had... what else? I can't remember. I don't know, I had some other symptoms. But I was just like, this doesn't like my normal allergy symptoms, but maybe I am just getting more allergies. Thanks for the 64 months, Grandmaster Stowe. Whatever happened to the outro song for your videos? When I was in Rio, I was chatting with another YouTuber, and they talked about their click-through rate on their end screen being like 1 or 2%. I was like, oh, mine's like 0.1. And they're like, that's awful. They're like, you need to do something about that. And then the one thing I was like, maybe I'll just get rid of the outro. What the hell? He went upside down. Oh, wait, was that him prone? Never mind, he was down. What the hell is going on?
What a plan.
We have it ID'd. Probably should have saved my C4 for... I downed him, right? I'm gonna be confident, just say I did. Not down him.
Defuse, one cover, defuse.
Nice.
Oh, he's not dishing. Oh, you got it.
We should have it.
Got it. Ah, yeah.
I didn't want to start yet because I wasn't sure where Pulse was, but he was right behind me. Those who can answer it. I play on Xbox and it just feels like the cheater implements they try to put on are only for PC. I like console. I feel no decrease in cheating. I understand consoles only mouse and keyboard versus other cheating on PC. But what do we feel like Ubisoft is only pertaining to stopping the cheating on the PC front? I mean, they did just announce with the new season that they are going to be implementing something to combat anti-recoil cheats on console. But the basic summary, and like this is my armchair developer answer, so take it with a grain of salt. I'm sure the devs themselves have different answers, but cheating on console is a much newer front than cheating on PC. So like cheats on PC have been around forever. There's always been wall hacks, there's always been aimbot, there's always been all that stuff. That is not new. These console cheats are all relatively new. Like there was Zim, Chronos, all that stuff way back in the day, but they weren't as common and devs didn't really have to worry about it because it was like just not a concern with anti-cheat because it was so uncommon. But with PC cheats, like that's always a concern because they're always very common and they're very easy to get. Also, PC cheats tend to be free versus console cheats where you have to buy physical hardware for. Also, that's another thing. With console cheats being hardware and PC cheats being software, it's usually easier to combat software than hardware. Especially when console, this gets more into the nitty-gritty detail, consoles are limited by Microsoft and Sony. Like Ubisoft can only track whatever they like console companies allow them to, versus like on PC they can see everything if they want. So there's a lot to it, but they are working on it. It's just PC is the main one to worry about since it is the easier one to deal with and the more well-known one. I heard someone get on drone out here. Or maybe it was above me. I don't know. Oh.
Pushing CC hard.
Did he die? Did we kill this person? I'm so confused. They run upstairs.
Just coming on top. One top square. One Flores on my ping. Square. Guy on top dead. Last one square. He's on my ping. Okay, he's dead. Last is a shit. He's inside.
He's in sight.
Guy in the B chassis.
They team killed. Well, good thing Rook has C4 now. If it wasn't for Rook C4, I would have lost that.
My bad.
And who's the cheating lately? I've been played a few weeks with it being so bad this season. I haven't played main build since last week, and they did implement a new anti-cheat update, which people were claiming was leading to less cheating, but I was still, like, I think the day they implemented it, I still had a cheater in my match, or one or two cheaters, so I don't know how much I believe it. But I honestly don't know. I have not been playing enough of the main build. What's nice is, after this stream, I think I have enough content to last me till the end of the season, other than Hacker Replay. So I don't necessarily have to stream Siege much, which is why I'm going to probably do Variety next week. Then we don't have to deal with cheaters. Because we have, I think I'm torn. I want to play Expedition 33 since people wanted me to play that, but I heard that Hollow Knight 2 finally got a release date, and it's 2 days after the new season of Siege. So I'm kind of like, maybe I should just play Hollow Knight so I can play that, but I'm also not going to play Hollow Knight 2 right after the new season drops, so maybe there's no point. Okay. Alright, I forgot to break down my armor. Peak stream. I could maybe do peak, but I'll wait till after I finish whatever game I choose, because I don't want... The last thing I want is to be like, you know, 3/4 of the way through the game, and then I have to go play Siege, and I'm never going to finish that game. So I just don't want to waste time, you know? If it wasn't for YouTube, would you not play Siege until the cheater problem is fixed? Oh, like... For sure, if I did not have to play Siege as a job, I would be taking way more breaks from it, and I wouldn't be playing it all the time. I mean, who knows if I would even still be playing it. I still really enjoy Siege, and I find it fun, but like...
No.
I don't play FPSs solo.
Like 4 people pushing backside, guys.
Alright.
Zion, man. Lion dead, last backside.
I was gonna just follow them. I didn't realize she heard me. I was hoping that the shields made enough noise that she wouldn't hear me, but obviously she did. If anything, I think that says the opposite. I don't normally play FPSs solo, so if it wasn't for Siege being my job, I probably wouldn't play Siege much at all because I'd always be solo. Bam.
Get you guys.
Okay. I'm gonna go take a quick break to... My eyelid just feels so dry, so I'm gonna go put some lotion on it real quick. And then I'll be back. Probably take me like 1 minute. And actually I might go pee, so 2 minutes. Mayor back. Alright, I'm back. I'm going to quickly respond to a tweet while we queue. Okay. What did I miss in chat? What, you guys talking about Zims and stuff? Bro. I still can't believe that there are kids out there who, for Christmas, ask for a Zim or a, like, what's it called? Chronos, that's the other thing. Like, bro. All people have to do is just spend time and get better at a game. But instead, they ask for cheats for Christmas. Insane. You know what mode I miss is Legacy. I would agree if they actually did something right by Legacy. I feel like when they made it, it was just completely incorrect and lame. Also, I don't know how long... First off, I don't know how long I'm going to stream today. Second off, I don't know if I'm going to keep playing test server after the maintenance. We'll see how long the maintenance is. But I have reached a point now where I'm pretty sure I have more than enough Reaper clips. But you can never be too safe, right? Mom tags them, so I need to play less Xbox. I would genuinely give that shit. Wait, what? I'm confused by what you're trying to say. Because you know a Zim doesn't stop them from playing less Xbox. If anything, it actually makes them play more because they really want to be better than everyone while cheating. So I don't think your logic makes any sense. I'm excited to watch that sledge SWAT on Clash again. I fucking yeeted her, man. You didn't get down from that? That is crazy. Maybe it was the Rook armor. I whiffed. The hell? The issue is I don't have diffuser. I think Rook's holding it. I think Rook was just playing with C4 below the entire time and just waiting. Sucks that my teammates lost the diffuser though. We had sight. We had it completely under control. Maybe I'll just take the... Actually, no, I won't take the diffuser because I know if I take it, I'm going to die that time. Wait, are we down a person? Oh, no, we're not. Unless we had a 6-second ad from Zanra. Also, I'm trying to catch up on China. I see a lot of people making some crazy arguments that I missed before. Just to save everyone from arguing about it, at the end of the day, this is an absolute truth. Using Zim or Chronos or any type of third-party hardware and software that changes how you play the game is cheating. Anything that reduces your recoil, makes it easier for you to control recoil, or anything like that, is cheating. There is no argument about it. What you're trying to argue is saying stuff like, well, you know, robbing a convenience store is not illegal. Robbing a bank is. It's like, no, they're both illegal. Sure, one might be worse than the other, but they're both illegal. There really isn't much else to argue about it. It is what it is. Robbing the convenience store is way worse. The bank robbed you after all. I feel like when people say banks are robbing them, it just means they're dumb. Because I've said that before, but it's because I was dumb. Bro, I should have taken the diffuser. She's in sight. My team just keeps walking right at them with the diffuser and leaving a no man's land. Maybe I will take it next time. Interest rates on credit cards should be classified as criminal. But no one's forcing you to use the credit card. Like, if you accept a loan from a bank and they say the interest rate is 30% and you accept it, you have no one to blame but yourself. Again, I feel like that argument is almost like trying to be like, well, the bank was just asking me to rob them because they left the money in the vault. Like, no one forced you to do that. You pretty much have to, though, due to credit scores. Okay, but even then, no one is forcing you to spend more money than you have on the credit card for credit scores. For credit scores, you could literally spend like 30 bucks on the card a month, automatically pay it off so you never have any interest, and then your credit score goes up. No one is being like, in order to get a good credit score, you have to go into severe debt with crippling interest rates. Like, that is not how any of that works. And also what Mr. Shark said is also true. You don't actually even need a credit card, you just need to pay your bills. And there you have a credit score. I don't know if I can really agree with any of that from you guys complaining about credit card interest rates. Yeah, no one's forcing you to use it. It's an agreement between two parties? Exactly. Again, no one is forcing you to take that interest rate. But also the interest rate only applies if you don't pay your bills. I'm like, I don't know about you guys. Well, actually, I've been a lot more bad with it recently, but it was very easy to just have it auto pay and stuff. The issue is my bank doesn't have that. Thank you. Thought he knew. Fuck. I thought the rook was waiting for me, so I got antsy, but I didn't realize he had no idea I was in there. You'll be right, it's only bad when you don't pay, but oftentimes the interest is so far above the minimum payment, it's easy for them not to sack up. But so my question just becomes, why are you spending more than you have? I know it's easy to be like, oh, like, just spend the money that you're given, but like, I mean, it is true. Like, if you only have $200 and then you spend $800 on your credit card, you can't complain being like, oh, the interest is so high. It's like, well, why'd you spend $800? All about being smart with your budgeting. No argument against that, man. Because, I don't, at the end of the day, no one's forcing you to go into debt. You are putting yourself in debt. Yeah, with my credit card, it's just annoying because sometimes I'm late on the bill, or on the credit card bill because I forget because it doesn't have auto pay. I wish I could set it up to auto pay because like Annie, the bank she was with, they had an auto pay function, so you just like choose your checking account and then just automatically pays off your credit card at the end of the month as long as there's money in there. But my bank does not have that. So periodically I'll just be like, oh yeah, I should check my bank account, and then I'll just pay the bills whenever I think about it. Sometimes I'm late though. But luckily I don't really use my credit card too much, so it doesn't really matter. Exactly. It is a loan. I always remember that one episode of That's So Raven. This will probably date me for a lot of you guys, but there was an episode of That's So Raven where her younger brother, Corey, got a credit card in the mail addressed to him accidentally. And then just thought it was free money. So he just spent it non-stop. And then learned that, in fact, credit cards are not free money, and you do have to pay it back. Also, they are 100% all in sites. They have taken over. If I win my stores, I should have just checked one of them in C4 there. Honestly, whenever we talk about it, Finger, I usually look at my credit cards and I'm like, fuck, do I have to pay them? Which I will do now. Did you know that Corey is a pedo? The actor? What you talking about, Willis? Oh, gotta pay off. Oh shit, it's due in a week. Gotta pay this off. He was caught with CP on his hard drive. What? Bruh. Another Disney star ruined. Probably ruined by Disney. So, he's no longer Corey in the house. He's Corey in the big house, huh? For the non-North Americans, the big house means prison. That is crazy. Going back to the financial stuff, though, what Finger said, your financial literacy stuff is all self-taught. Honestly, I feel like that's what most people are nowadays. If they have any financial literacy, it's all self-taught because, I don't know about you guys, my school didn't teach me shit. They never taught us any type of, like, budgeting, accounting, anything like that. It was all just like, you have a paycheck, and that's it. Tell me nothing, don't teach me shit. Huh. Wait, what? That was him next to me? I thought he was on the stairs. Bro, audio is insane. Like, actually bonkers. Austin's definitely coming garage. God, that machine pistol's so shit from range. So I understand the banking system after I got in debt. Not the smartest cookie when I first got an account as a teen. Yeah. All of my understandings of like the financial system have all been self-inflicted and taught as well. For interest rates and mortgages and stuff, that was all like I learned because I trusted the bank to call me. They told me if interest rates are ever going to rise up, we will call you and then you can lock in your mortgage rate. Because in Canada, it's a little different than the US. In the US, you can lock in your mortgage for like 30 years. You can't do that in Canada. It's 5 years at most, and then you have to renew every 5 years until the mortgage is paid off. So you can lock in for 5 years, or you can take a variable rate, which is cheaper than a fixed rate, but it can go up and down with the economy. So they told me, they're like, take the variable rate because it's cheaper, and then you can lock in at the cheapest possible rate whenever rates are about to go up. And they're like, we will call you whenever that happens. I was like, awesome. And then like a few months passed, and my friend's like, damn, I can't believe interest rates have already gone up like 2%. I was like, what do you mean? And then he was like, yeah, since like the beginning of summer, they've gone up like 2 whole like percentages. And then I checked mine. I was like, fuck, my mortgage went up from like 1.9 to 3.9. And then I called the bank and they're like, oh yeah, sorry, like we weren't on top of things. We didn't call you. I'm like, you fucking told me you were going to call me. And then I complained about it. I was like, the mortgage advisor told me she would call me if anything happened. She never called me. And they're like, yeah, that happens. I'm like, oh. So an expensive lesson learned there. My only defense, I was 25, having bought probably too expensive of a home for my age. Having never owned property before, I did not know what to expect. God, I'm old. cancel and repel. No, I was off by a hair. I pre-fired too. Or not pre-fired, but I was off by a little bit. He stared at the C4. I mean, in his defense, that is the correct play. If you stare directly at a C4, it reduces the damage it does by like over 50%. But he was caught in a bad situation of either stare at the C4. Wait, oh, plan main. Wait, what? Oh, it's back up in 9 minutes? He was either stare at the C4 and then die to me swinging, or look at me and die to C4. Even that close? Pretty sure. Fett made a video on it not that long ago. If you stare directly at the C4, it reduces the damage an insane amount. If you could give your 19-year-old self financial advice, what would you tell him? That's a hard thing for me to answer. I know I'm going to sound like an asshole when I say this. But it's a hard thing for me to answer given like the very privileged situation I'm in. So a lot of the financial advice I would have given myself only works because I make a lot of money, right? So I would just be like, oh, you know, don't buy a house, just rent and then invest all your money like crazy. Because then if I'd never bought the house, probably would have had a lot more in the account, but then housing prices would have gone up, so there's no perfect answer, but any of my answers would have been relative to how much money I'm making, which is not normal. So I can't really give advice to my old self that applies to you. You probably have a case for predatory practices that with that mortgage person fucking you on interest rates. I think they would just claim incompetence. Or being like, you should just be checking yourself, you know? The only other financial advice I'd give myself, which will not apply to any of you guys, probably ever, so it's kind of pointless, but I'm going to say it anyways. When we bought the house, I took all the money. I have like a business and then I have my personal. All the money was in the business. I took it out of the business to buy the house. So then I had to declare all of that money as income, which makes sense. I took the money out. I now have to pay taxes on that, right? Makes sense. The hell? So after doing that, I then had to pay a lot of taxes because I took out a lot of money. And then the next year after, they were like, well, you took out a lot of money last year, so you have to pay a lot of taxes in advance because of how much you took out. I was like, but I'm not going to take out that much anymore. And I asked my accountant about it, and they were like, oh, just pay what it says. I was like, okay. So then I had to take out more money. So basically, like, let's just say I took out, just to make numbers round and even, let's say I took out like 2 million or 1 million, and then I had to pay 200K in taxes. So the next year, they're like, well, we're expecting you to take out 1 million again, so you have to pay 200K in taxes right off the bat. And I was like, well, I'm not taking that. And they're like, doesn't matter, pay it anyways. So then I have to take out 200K to pay those taxes. But now my taxes have gone up because I'm taking out an additional 200K that I never needed to take out in the first place to pay taxes on income I never took out in the first place. So then I had to keep paying for years really high taxes. And I was like, this is fucking stupid. Why am I paying crazy high taxes when I'm not actually taking the money out? I'm only paying taxes because I have to take out money to pay taxes. I was like, this is a stupid cycle. And I got in that for like 3 years. And I kept asking my accountant about it. And they were like, just pay it, pay whatever they tell you. And then one year I was like, I'm done doing this. I was like, this is fucking insane. I'm not taking out so much money for no reason. So I asked my accountant. They were like, oh yeah, you can just pay like 10K every quarter instead, and then any leftover you'll have to pay interest on if you didn't pay enough. I'm like, I'd much rather do that than be taking out insane amounts of money that I don't need to take out. So now we've been doing that, and my taxes are normal again. Oh my god. I'm trying not to get Blackbeard there. Oh my god. Please tell me you got a new account after that. Well, so I have like an account for my business stuff, and then she brought on other people for her business, and then one of her like, I guess, lower accountants or whatever is the one I deal with now, and he's the one who like fixed my taxes stuff. So I'm like, thank God I don't have to actually deal with the other lady. But we also do acknowledge that I probably didn't explain it much, so she probably didn't know what I was talking about. She still should have done a better job at figuring it out and helping me, but I'm just happy we got it resolved. You got Johnny Depp? I don't know what that means. Yeah. Now my taxes are normal. I'm not taking out tons of money for no reason. If I had done that sooner, I probably would have ended up saving like over 100k, but as my one rich aunt says, money comes, money goes. Like, what a privileged thing to say. Ball. I keep thinking this does way more damage than it actually does. Oh my god. I didn't down the fucking rook. He's probably 1 HP. I keep assuming I'm downing people, but I'm not. It wasn't even rook. Castle. This account basically fucked him over and made him lose money for no reason, so yeah, I guess I did get Johnny Depp. He didn't forgive him. That's crazy. Hey, Panic. I'm trying to think of, since we're talking so much about financial stuff, any advice I would have actually given myself that would apply to the general population. I feel like the one thing a lot of people don't do is they don't stay home long enough. I know in America it's a very like popular thing to just move out as soon as you hit 18. But if you have the ability to, the longer you can stay home, the better. I know most Gen Z kids nowadays are probably like, I would never be able to move out anyways or be able to afford it, but I know a lot of university people move out just for the sake of like freedom, but it's kind of a waste. Moving out just for freedom when you don't have to. Emphasis on that. I know some people have bad home lives and they don't want to live at home, which is perfectly fine. But moving out when you don't have to is like spending money on a credit card just because you want to. What the hell? I didn't even kill him. Did I kill him? No, I don't think I did. Bro, I just keep assuming I'm killing people, but the pistol does so little damage. To move out to prevent being financially manipulated by a family member. There are hundreds of situations like that. Totally understand, but I also do know a lot of people who are like, I love my family, I love my home, but I want to move out for freedom. It's like, bro, just every year you stay at home and save money instead of paying for rent or paying for a mortgage gives you such a huge amount of an advantage. People don't understand or realize. Like, I know my one family friend who, she went to university in the same city she grew up in, but she moved out and paid for the most expensive dorm because she wanted to experience freedom. Which, again, I understand, but I think it was like 20k more, 30k more than she needed to spend just for the freedom. And then she spent most weekends at home anyways. So it's like, what was the point of freedom if you're just going to go back home anyways? You might as well just have saved that money. Thanks for the 2 months Hashi Cat. Thank you for keeping me sane through the workday. Keep it up, man. Are we keeping you sane with all this financial conversation? I feel like this is more stressful conversation than anything. At your age, I had 5 kids, 3 houses, 5 cars, and a yacht. What are you doing with your life? Yeah. People don't understand cost of living crisis and stuff, but there are... both sides are somewhat correct. One is more correct, obviously, with cost of living and stuff. People just can't do that stuff anymore, which is 100% correct. But there's also a lot of people who just blow their money. But that goes for every generation, for every group of people. So... there were people in their generation who also blew their money and didn't take advantage of the situation they were in. Like, I won't name anyone obviously, but even I have friends who have blown their money instead of saving or doing anything, and like they'll always be like, but I just want to take a vacation. I'm like, bro, you need to pay your mortgage. And then luckily they have, like, you know, parents bail them out or whatever, but a lot of people just take for granted the situation. You understand until they're in the situation, then you realize what your parents go through and do what they do for you. I'm kind of confused on what exactly you're saying. I assume you're saying that, like, sacrificing things people don't understand about until they're actually in that situation. And yes, most of our parents did sacrifice for us, but it's still important to acknowledge that they had a way easier time than we did. The same, in order to sacrifice to save the same amount relatively is like significantly harder now. Because like, we were talking to my sister-in-law who runs a business, and she was complaining about her Gen Z employees asking for raises. And she's like, I just want to give you bonuses whenever we have a good year. She's like, I don't want to give you a raise because then that locks me into having to pay you more. She's like, a bonus I can give to you when the business does well. And then we were explaining to her why a raise would be better, because then they know what they're worth and how much they're actually going to make instead of having to rely on this like hopeful bonus. And then she started then complaining about how her Gen Z employees come to work with Starbucks every day, drive a like Cadillac or whatever, and like all this expensive stuff that they do. And she's like, when we were younger, we made sacrifices to afford everything. She's like, we shared one car and we would wait outside of the other person's work for hours until they were ready and then go home. Like we would do everything we could to save money. I'm like, but like doing that small thing of like waiting and not spending that money on gas would save you so much versus doing that now saves you like nothing. Save like waiting for your significant other to finish work and then drive them home is not going to change whether you can afford a house or not. So we had to explain it to her and she's just like, I don't know, it seems like they're just entitled. I'm like, no, nope, they are not entitled. They are struggling. And not to mention that I feel like any Gen Z or even millennials in chat will agree. A lot of people have the mentality now where they're just like, fuck it, I'll never be able to afford a home anyways. I might as well just buy Starbucks every day. Because what's the point of saving all that money if you're never going to be able to actually use it? You might as well just enjoy yourself. Man, I never got Night Haven Labs. I got it once in the first 3 days and now I've gotten it back to back. That's crazy. People want their avocado on toast. I saw a funny tweet about that where they were like, fuck, why did I always order like 84 extra servings of avocado on all my Subway subs? Like if I didn't do that, I would be able to afford a house. True. No, Dark Pyro, you didn't understand. Probably didn't explain it well. She was emphasizing that as a couple, they had one car, and then the one person would go to work, person A would go to work, person B would go to work. And then if person A finished like 3 hours before person B, that they would just sit in the parking lot and wait for 3 hours for person B to finish work and then drive them home, instead of driving home and going to pick them up after. So like stuff like that. I'm like, that is like waiting for hours for your significant other to finish work is not going to buy you a house. Like it just don't work like that anymore. He's baiting him outside. That's not savings, that's love and dedication. It's also fucking stupid. Bro, if Annie said she was gonna wait for hours for me to finish something to just drive me home, I'd be like, go home. Like, what? You're wasting hours of your life just sitting in a car waiting for someone? That's fucking dumb. All just to save probably like a few bucks, if even that. Insane. Model T cost $600 at release. Well, $600 in like 1920s. People always compare prices, but you also gotta adjust for inflation. It's still relatively cheap. But like when you actually compare to like the purchasing power that people had and all that, it's still pretty expensive. Oh, a zombie's inside. I thought she was on rafters. So dumb. Mostly the older generation, we're spending $10 to $20 on Starbucks first thing in the morning, every day before work. That goes back to what we were saying before. I'm doing right now, which you're showing your boomerness. Where I said people will do that because since they're like, well, there's no point in me saving for a house because let's be honest here. If you spend 10 bucks on Starbucks a day, saving those $10 a day, and instead of like making your own coffee at home, which you still have to pay for, etc., which is like what goes down to 50 cents a day or something. That $10 a day is not gonna buy you a house. $10 a day is $300 a month, which is like $3,600 a year. And houses are what? At least here, on average, $800K. You are not buying a house unless you wait, like, what would that be? That wouldn't be, no, not 200. It'd be, so 10 years would be 36,000. Actually, yeah, it'd be about 200 years. In 4 years, you have a down payment, though. A down payment?
Yo, Varsity, they're calling you out already, bro.
In what world is that a down payment? In 4 years, 3,600 times 4, so that is 14,400. Bro, a down payment here is like, I mean, maybe it depends on where you live. A down payment's like 100K. Because down payment is what, on average, 10 to 20% of the home? %, yeah, so you would be, there's no, like, the cheapest house you could find, at least where I live, again, house prices all depend on the area and stuff, the cheapest price where I live for a house is minimum 500K, and you're looking at, like, buying a tiny ass apartment, and even then that might be closer to 700K. What? That was on the stairs? That sound like it goes down the hall. There's toe. Oh, wait, the diffuser. Unfortunate. One's behind me. There's one on the door and one on my left. Fuck. I downed the one as well. I thought the one on the door was finally about to peek me. Yeah, machine pistol's trash. Especially over distances. Also, I saw one thing before I tried to focus that always bothers me. Someone said in chat, you're living in the wrong areas. I think a lot of people take for granted their ability to move. And I always reference this. This is an old reference now, but it always bears repeating. Having the ability to move is a privilege. And the one time I remember talking about it the most was with our friend Drew, and this was before he became a lot more understanding, and he's no longer an idiot. He used to say, he would be like, the people, like the indigenous people who are stuck in like cyclical poverty, he's like, they should just move. He's like, they should just leave the reserve and go buy a house. And then I was always like, with what money? And he's just like, just take out a loan. I'm like, with what credit? And then he just didn't understand that you can't just like move. You can't just do that. And if you can, that is a privilege. Now he understands. Now he's like, oh, they've been fucked over. So they can't just get a loan. I'm like, yeah, you can. I'm like, they can't. Also, we can never forget the fact that wages have not at all kept up with cost of living. You shouldn't have to move somewhere cheap to be able to afford it. That never was a thing before. You lived in the city, you got paid enough to live in the city. But now, it's like, you live in the city, unless you have a good job, you're basically eternally impoverished. Downed her. Is that they've been fucked over, weren't financially smart. I assume you're talking about the indigenous community, which is what we were talking about before. So, let me lay a little bit of intel on you once I swallow. So, when it comes specifically, when we're talking about the indigenous community and how they've been fucked over, it's not that they weren't financially smart. They have been fucked over. Basically, so government came in, took their land, and then now is a lot of like treaties and stuff. They've given them some land back, reserves, that the government cannot do anything on. Like, it is completely up to the indigenous community what they do, which has formed a sort of like inherent cyclical poverty. Because what happens is, because only the indigenous people can own that land, and like banks, the government, blah blah, can't do anything about it, they can't build generational wealth. A lot of people, they don't really process the fact that they come from generational wealth. If you have a family that owns a home that is generational wealth. You can't really do that on a reserve because if you go to the bank and you're like, I want to build a house, they're not going to approve you for a mortgage because they won't put a mortgage on a property that's in an indigenous area, because if you don't pay your mortgage, they can't repo anything. They can't take it back because they don't own the land, because you, like the indigenous community, owns the land. So then you can't form generational wealth. And then instead, they're stuck getting like mobile homes, something that the government or the bank can actually like take from them, take it back. Because you can't take a house, but you can take a mobile home. And then that just forms more and more cyclically into more and more poverty, because if you can't build off of anything, because you can't loan off of anything, what are you supposed to do? And then on top of that, it starts getting into like, okay, well now you have shitty loans, I have to focus, but you have like shitty loans, you have shitty debt because everything else is stacked up against you. So it doesn't matter if you're trying to be smart, you literally just don't have the options provided to other people. So that was what I was arguing with Drew about back in the day, because he was like, they should just get a loan and buy a house. It's like, you literally can't. You cannot get a mortgage and build a home on a reservation. They will not do that. So, to answer your original question, Lindsay, they are getting fucked over. And then not to mention the original treaties and the land and everything that they gave the indigenous people was garbage. They put them in reservations like super far away with nothing like valuable other than just land. They sent them out into like fucking deserts or remote communities that have no access to anything. So yeah, they did get fucked. Want to ever hear good news in terms of finances and economy? Because scary sells. Not two finger. That's also happened in Canada, where the government basically backs out of the deal or says they're going to do something and then doesn't do it. And then what are the indigenous communities going to do? Fight the government? Shit ain't happening. What if you move to a rental place and you go from there? Well, again, it all depends on situation to situation. It's easy to just say, well then just go to a rental, it's cheaper. But rentals are also expensive. Also, I don't know about you guys, most of the rentals I've ever done, they required money up front, and in some cases they even do like credit checks to make sure that you'll actually pay your bills. Now, if you have bad credit, which in a lot of cases they do because they're not given the same opportunities, or in some other cases where they don't have the money to do like, you know, first and last month's rent, what are you supposed to do? You can't really just do that. I think the main takeaway is that I do think a lot of people don't recognize their inherent privilege, which is not bad. I thought you saw that. But it's always important to acknowledge. 'Cause a lot of people always be like, well, you know, I'm not privileged. We grew up poor or whatever. It's like, bro, you had a house. In a lot of cases, that's pretty good. You get him looking. Ben, did you actually beat Expedition 33? His chat says that that's the game they want me to play for Variety Week. Air's on.
Bro, no way.
Bro, I did nothing this game. I spent the entire game just talking about finances and the indigenous community.
Later, varsity.
I just love Dex, bro.
Yes, sir.
Thanks for 2 months, Harvey. Or 7 months, Harvey. Should become an investment banker? No. Must have been you beat it months ago and you're on New Game Plus now. How long did it take you to beat? Do you know? It's either, I'm going to play either Expedition 33 or Hollow Knight, and I don't know which one to do. This is why I watch Varsity. I got 1 ad. I can't justify running more ads unless my viewership is way higher. I don't know how people like tolerate streamers who have hundreds of ads every hour all the time. I don't know if Skittles does it all the time, but I know people have come to my chat and been like, bro, Skittles does not stop running ads. Like, if you're running max ads on like a couple hundred viewers, that's just bullying at that point. Am I gonna full Battlefield 6 when released? I'm gonna play it. I'm not gonna go full into it. One fun interaction that might be possible with Denari might be against a fuse charge. If, for example, you have a site like Concert Garage where fuse can destroy bandits and stuff from the ceiling, if you put your wire in the ceiling, will it destroy the fuse charge upon it being activated? Yes, but the laser's like a very thin line. They'd have to put it exactly on top of where that laser is, which is gonna be impossible. I got about 350k net income, 3 paid off cars, and 5k square foot home. That's rich. I'm not validating it at all, but I will say, as someone on the upper side, it is very easy to always be like, oh, I'm not rich, because there is richer. But I have obviously gone much better at like recognizing the position that I'm in. Yeah, it is always crazy because like no matter what level of wealth you get to, there's always a next level above that, and then you just look at that and you're like, what the fuck? Because like even for me, as someone who owns a house at a young age, has like paid off cars, and will hopefully pay off his house in a few years with very high income, I still can look at like the next level and just be like, damn, they have so much. Oh my. Well, I didn't expect 2 of them to just be sitting there staring at the lasers in front of me. Also, we got a 6-second ad from Jr. Do I work with a financial advisor or just manage everything myself? For my investments and stuff, it's all through an investment firm. I don't do any of it. YouTube GOAT, way to watch stream. Twitch is better for chat interaction, that is true. Honestly, I do forget to read YouTube chat a lot though. Twitch is unwatchable for non-subs. Hey, my Twitch isn't too bad. My Twitch stream has 5 minutes of ads every hour, so you get a 1-minute ad every 12 minutes. I think that's pretty reasonable. And the only reason I run that is because if you run any less than that, you make like half of the amount of ad revenue. So with what's it called, ad revenue on Twitch, if you run, I think it's a minimum of 5 minutes of ads every hour, you get 55% split, but if you run less than that, you only get a 30% split. You have to run a certain amount. Oh, 45 minutes of ads every hour. Let me check to make sure. It should still be at 5 minutes of ads. Yeah, 5 minutes of ads every hour. But it always depends on is Yellowhawk Pox. No, he's RGH. It all depends on where you are and stuff. There's some countries that don't get any ads at all. What are your thoughts on increased income tax rates? I mean, it all depends. There's so many factors, and I'm not gonna pretend like I'm that in the know of how a lot of that stuff works, but as long as, you know, the taxes are actually being taken from the wealthy and being used properly, I have no problem with it. But the issue is always that, like, a lot of areas, the government can be incompetent, some countries. Where I live, I'm all for it. You want to raise the taxes on the rich, do it, because they can afford it. Taxes should never go up for the middle class or lower class. It should only ever be for the upper class. And then the issue, though, is that there's so many different ways to avoid those taxes, though, that are only available to the wealthy. So then you have to close those loopholes. I technically have, like, a bit of a loophole, but it's not really one. It's complicated. Basically, I have a business that takes the income, not me, so I don't get personally taxed on it. So raising my taxes actually wouldn't affect me too much. It'd probably make me pay a little bit more in taxes each year, but it wouldn't be much, because I don't actually take out much from the company. But if you're ever going to raise taxes, it always needs to be on the upper percent. I just want it to actually go to help people. Which I know it's a very, like, millennial thing nowadays where people are like, I'm happy to pay taxes because it actually helps people. I know the boomers are always like, no, if you raise taxes, you know, I had to work so hard for everything and now you're just giving a free handout to these people. It's like, bruh.
One's behind the shield in bakery. Behind the shield.
Just, like, let people live, you know? Alright, I'm sending Oh my god. Oh, he's behind me. Oh. I got you.
Oh, please don't watch that.
How old am I? I'm 30. Boomers got the free handout all their lives. Yeah, so a lot of people always, they have a lot of really dumb takes when it comes to this type of stuff. But the one thing I'll always find funny is that people will say, I don't want free healthcare because I'm just paying for some idiot's healthcare then. It's like, yeah, so different than paying a company that pays for other people's healthcare. Like, insurance is the exact same thing as free healthcare, except for you're paying more. Universal free healthcare is cheaper than insurance. But people don't understand that because they're like, well, I choose to pay for that. Like, well, you need it, first off. If you don't have insurance for healthcare, you're fucked in the States. And then you end up paying more anyways. And then even if you don't end up using it, your money is still going to pay for other people's healthcare because that's how insurance works. You pay, and if anyone needs it, it goes to them. Income taxes are a terrible idea because you're not taxing the super rich, you're just taxing people who make a lot of money working. We need to tax the passive income that is made by rich families by simply owning wealth from previous generations. I mean, that is all part of it, but also you do need to tax income as well. Because, shockingly, income is a very good judgment of people who make money. You are using the very, like, it's a very, I want to say almost like old play at this point is to argue that taxing income is terrible because you just tax people who work hard, when that's not really how it works. You need to do that, and you need to tax, what's it called? Gains, capital gains. If you don't tax capital gains more, like, efficiently, then rich people get away with it.
Be on the shield again.
I'm not going this way. Also, there's a shit. Ah! Okay, we're good. I didn't panic, chat. I was calm and collected that entire time. Oh, I just saw him.
In small. Oh, crap, sorry.
Oh, coming from small
It
bakery.
wasn't small.
Probably. Just swung right in front of him and didn't even shoot him. Fuck, I lost my train of thought a bit. So I was trying to actually focus and get a clip. What's what you think of the upper middle class? Yeah, that is... It is a big talking point where they try to say, like, taxing income does nothing. It does do something. But there's more. Again, it's never, like... People are dumb on both sides. But usually the side that's against income taxes just assumes that you're saying the only possible solution is income tax, when generally most people are like, no, it's income tax, capital
Prone
gains
bottom
tax,
right. Prone
property
bottom right on the
tax,
ground.
fees when they...
Swing his ass.
Fees when they have properties that just sit empty, stuff like that. It's all encompassing. I don't think there's ever anyone who says just only increase income tax and nothing else. Because that would be fucking stupid. There's also property taxes. I talked about this with my one friend because he's very much like against single family homes and stuff, which over the years I've kind of understood more. As someone who owns a single family home, though, I am a hypocrite. But it is crazy how little property taxes are in the grand scheme of things. Like, I don't think there's anywhere that actually charges you proper property tax. Like most places, they charge you like half of what it actually costs them to maintain the property stuff. And if they charged you what you actually owed, most people probably would not want to own a single family home. And there's too many taxes? There's not enough, bro. People... I hate to be the bearer of bad news, but you unfortunately are a Kool-Aid drinker if you're completely against taxes and everything, and saying that taxes are actually worse for people or whatever, because... What is Pox cooking here? I feel like that is... And maybe if someone flies off the top rope, then look at that. But, yeah, people who are, like, completely against all taxes, I feel like just don't really know what they're talking about.
You got a cam on you underneath. Oryx.
A cam
Right,
on me?
I shot it for you.
Oh. Because, like, if we go back to talking about income taxes and property taxes and all that, you can look at countries like Norway where they have insanely high taxes, especially for businesses, and people always try to make the argument, if you tax businesses or wealthy individuals, they're just going to leave your country and then not contribute to the economy. And yet you go to these countries like Norway and they have plenty of businesses, they have plenty of people paying taxes and not leaving, because shockingly, people in those countries are happier. They live happier lives. Having everything be like handled properly, usually by the government, and like things are being taxed accordingly, and there's usually less corruption. Shockingly, people are happier. Oh, he's on the vent. Not venting the vent.
I got your trade.
People are always like, taxes don't work. It's like, yeah, because you're not taxing enough. And then, yeah, people believe in trickle-down economics. They're like, if you let the wealthy stay here, they'll contribute more money to the economy. Bro, these wealthy people are looking at whatever way they can to not pay any money to the economy. They want to suck as much out as they can and then leave. Government handling things properly. Unfortunately for us as North Americans, that is actually a very common thing outside of North America. North American governments are trash. I'm not saying that like European countries don't have their own issues with government, but there's a reason they tax higher and people are happier there as a whole. I think the US ranks like, what is it, like 57th or something in the world for happiness. Meanwhile, you have countries like Norway, Switzerland, all of them are like the top 5. I think Canada is even up there, which is crazy. Not that I hate Canada or anything, I just figured people will be more pissed off with Canada. Actually, no, I think Canada was up there for friendliness. Countries like that also the highest consumption of antidepressants. What, the highly taxed countries? Don't think that's true. I do know that... Which country was it? I think it might be Finland.
Come in wide.
Does have one of the highest like depression rate for the population, but one could argue multiple things. Is depression rates higher because with government-funded healthcare, they're more able to actually get the help they need and get diagnosed, versus in America, there's tons of people living with depression who never get diagnosed and they just suffer and then die. And then technically they're not part of the statistic because they never got diagnosed because they could never afford it because they have no universal healthcare. But then there's also other arguments to be made where it's like Finland, I think, was one of the countries that was like highly depressive or whatever, but people were like arguing that it's because the country is like very isolating. Well, that's embarrassing. I thought I hit the head. Bro, I can't aim with this reticle. I thought I was right on his head, but I think I was aiming at the left rectangle.
They're planning right now.
They're planning. Where'd they plant? What?
Nice. So you can reinforce that wall up.
Oh, he's in the closet. I want to go for the long arm defuse, but I had to kill the guy in closet first. People are just out here winging it. That was me. And then again, comparing USA to Scandinavia, you need to remember that the total population of all these 5 countries is 25 million plus. That's also another claimed talking point that actually doesn't really make a whole lot of sense. Because people are always like, well, there's more people here. It's like, that shouldn't really matter because everything is relative. Sure, you have more people, but that means you have more taxes and more money coming in. And like percentages of wealth are usually somewhat consistent. It's not like you're going to go to the US and then suddenly the people who have over $10 million is like way, way higher than anywhere else. Which might be a bad example because I know a lot of billionaires and millionaires move to the US, but you know what I mean. It's always the excuse of, well, this country is too large, it can't do that. It's like, it can, you just don't want to. More people also means more problems. That is true. But, again, it's all percentages. Just because you have 300 million people in the US does not mean that the problems is going to rise by like 500%. Because at the end of the day, it's the law of averages. Everything averages out. So even with more people, it should still be the same rough percentage of the population that does the same thing. Why does it take so long to queue for test server? Bro, I've been getting matches in like a minute. And that's been long. I should have looked down there first. I just heard the shotgun and I went to go help. Keyword is should. I mean, and it does. It's also hard to compare stats, though, of, like, say, US versus a Scandinavian country because they already use different systems and different approaches, so obviously the percentages are going to reflect that. Because people will be like, well, there's more imprisoned people in the US, so there's more problems and blah, blah, blah. It's like, well, yeah, it's because of the approach they take, so obviously the percentages are going to be skewed differently. But the system is flawed to begin with. You know? This is what happens when I don't have anyone to play with. We just talk about real life problems. I don't think I've gotten a clip in like 3 matches. Which one would you rather live in? A world of totalitarianism or a world of dictatorship? Why are those the only 2 options? No friends, let's talk finance. I think it's just everyone always wants real conversations when I'm here by myself. Did he not walk in through the red hole? Oh no, that wasn't. That one was through the red.
Nice.
What was the first boogie? Or no, I think it was on red. I think they were both on red.
Hey, boys.
Bro, Pox just left mid-kill cam. Okay, I think I'll do one more match, and then I'll probably call it a day. I think I've got all my clips, and I don't think I'm getting much more with this test server. It's the same, like, 10 people over and over again. Or some of the few creators who will have these conversations and not be super inflated or stupid about it. I mean, I appreciate it. I don't know if that's true, but I appreciate it. I do find it weird, though, speaking on that, of when creators, like, I've talked to some creators before, and they'll, like, deafen when certain, like, more serious topics come up, and I get it. Like, they want their stream to be fun and not to be, like, talking about negative things, but I'm like, bro, the world is a scary place with very real issues. Like, I can't imagine pretending that none of that ever exists and just closing yourself off if that ever comes up. I'm like, just talk about it. It's okay to talk. Why are you guys arguing about Brazil? Also, why do we keep getting the same maps?
Hey, do you guys have microphones?
No.
Can you get one, please? I want to talk to my teammates.
Yeah, I'll buy one right now.
Guy wants to talk to his teammates on test server.
Alright.
Come to Brazil. I was in Brazil. It was pretty nice, but we were definitely in a very wealthy area. When we went to the mall and the average store there was like Louis Vuitton and like Gucci, I was like, yeah, this is not a normal place.
Alright, just let me know when it's there.
But much like a lot of other Latin American countries, Brazil does suffer from usually extreme wealth gaps. But Brazil, I think, is a bit more, what's it called? Developed than other. Like, I've been to Chile a bunch because my family's from Chile, and the wealth gaps there are insane.
I'm down 3-0 to YouTubers right now.
The one thing I will say was crazy in Brazil was their bus system is intense and like super good and super efficient, which I assume must help a lot for the like the average working person.
What the actual fuck?
To be able to.
Varsity's in the game again, bro. I just lost him.
No, he's
So
not
bad,
in the game.
though.
He's not in the game.
All right.
He's definitely not here. I promise.
It sounded like he was crying when he said that. That sledge. Let's hear some Spanish. No. Wait, is this the guy that was... Oh, it is. Why is he so sad? I'm trying to call me a bot. He's the one who spawn peeked and died. God, that started pulling so far to the right.
Last two are on the roof. Drop new.
Go for a little C4.
New bounce.
A little cheeky C4 with the carrier down.
I take it back, Varsity. You're not a bot.
Eh. All he needed to see was me destroying.
Red.
Time to lose this gunfight. God, that pistol pulls so much to the right, bro. Every time, I'm like, I start shooting and I just start pulling as fast as I can. See how like I was right next to her on the right side? That entire time I'm pulling as hard as I can to the left and it just keeps going. It's trash. It rips right so fast, but I hate that it's so inconsistent, Sam. If it was like consistently going to the right at a steady pace, I would be able to pull left just equally enough. But it starts like, it shoots fine, 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 and it just keeps going. It's like insane pulls at random intervals. What are you talking about, Sharpie? The way you're talking makes me feel like you're talking about Baldur's Gate. Which Annie finally got into Act 3 of Baldur's Gate. I'm excited for her. She kind of like breezed through Act 2 really quickly. I felt bad because I did tell her, I was like, oh, you should go, for those who played Baldur's Gate, you'll understand. When she got into Act 2, I was like, don't go to Moonrise Towers, go to the Temple of Shar first, and do that instead. And then I forgot that if you don't go to Moonrise Towers first, there's like a few random quests you can do there. And so she missed out on those quests, and I was like, fuck, if I didn't say anything, she probably just would have gone there and got the quests. I need to stop inputting. But I do try to help her sometimes, because I know there's sometimes where she's like, I'm going to go do this. I'm like, if you do that, you're going to miss out on an opportunity. Uh-oh.
Where's he?
Oh. Did I down him? No. The backseat gamer. I only do it when necessary, but the reason why is because like Annie did. She already fucked up, and I told her before because she's like, I kind of want to romance Shadowheart, but I want to pursue other people first. I was like, I think you have to go like all in on Shadowheart. And then she was like, no, like the online wiki said I don't have to. I can actually just like choose someone else first and then go get Shadowheart after. So she chose Karlach first. And then she later looked it up and she's like, oh, if I don't pursue Shadowheart from the beginning, you can never like be with her. So I try to help her with that because I'm like, you're gonna miss out. No, Baldur's Gate 3 is way too long of a game, Grandmaster Stove. It also made me realize that I really would not want to stream RimWorld on my week off because I played RimWorld this morning from 8:50 to like 9 or 11:50, so like 4 hours from before stream to right before stream. And I barely did anything in those 4 hours. Like I barely made any progress.
Overrated.
I'm like, damn, I can't imagine how long it would take if I just did a run with chat. Karlach's the best girl anyways. See, Annie disagreed. She said that she didn't like Karlach because when they were friends, she's like, oh, she's so like buddy buddy. I love this like energy, like the happy-go-lucky energy. But then she said once she started dating Karlach becomes very like very committed and deep very quickly, and she's like, I don't like this energy anymore. So she dumped her. And then she wanted to pursue Astarion for some reason. Bro, Astarion is easily the worst character in all of Baldur's Gate. I don't know why she wants to pursue him. I hate him. He is such a bitch. Fuck Astarion. Preach, fuck that guy. He's hot though. He's not even hot! I think that's the point. Well, why do people fall for him? Like, I know Hannah and Ben both loved Astarion. I was like, bro, fuck Astarion. Oh. What was even that angle? Oh, I was looking right at her? Oh, I wasn't looking at her. Gale is the worst. Gale is pretty dumb. Okay, spoilers. Spoilers. In case you haven't played Baldur's Gate 3 and you don't want it spoiled for you, mute for the next like 30 seconds, okay? Okay. I did hate Gale's story where he basically like, he fucks a god. And then at the end, he's just like, I probably shouldn't have done that because like it's bad for everyone. But like I just really wanted to do it. It's like, bro, what? I hate Gale. But Astarion is worse. Astarion's just annoying, and he's so pompous. I hate how pompous he is. Gale's the king of red flags. I don't know if this is true or not. Like, obviously, we have to just assume that he's telling the truth, but Shane did tell me one of his co-workers when he played Baldur's Gate 3. Shane and him were, like, chatting about it. They're like, oh, like, what do you think of this character? What do you think of this character? And Shane's like, oh, I love Gale. Like, he's so strong. And his co-worker's like, who's Gale? And it's like, oh, the wizard. Like,
there's nobody right there.
You get him pretty early. And then he's like, I don't have anyone called Gale. And he's, like, in Act 2 already. And they're like, how do you not have Gale? And then they talked about how you get him, how you pull him out of the portal. And then his coworker was like, I failed that check. So because he failed the check, he never got Gale. And he just completely missed out on all that part of the story.
That's fine.
I was freaked out by the portal and kept walking. Oh my god. Shadowheart is also pompous. But Shadowheart is bae. she's pompous in a way though where I'm like, I can save her. Because she's pompous for her religion. Because she's just like, oh, you're not from the Temple of Shar? I'm gonna kill you, or if you don't mean anything to me. But you're like, I can save you from this cult that's brainwashed you. Astarion is just pompous because he thinks he's the best person in the world and he thinks so highly of himself. Fuck that guy. Thanks for sub. It's John FPS. Takes so long for Shadowheart to warm up. No, it's not. I mean, okay, I guess longer than the other characters. Sure, the other characters you can fuck after knowing for 5 seconds, but Shadowheart makes you work for it a little bit. You're probably like, oh, it takes so long. Why would I do that when I can go fuck Lae'zel after killing an owlbear? If someone's pompous for their religion, it's worse? No, because they're misinformed, and I can save them. I can show them the truth.
Did they do anything new with Blackbeard?
But Astarion, Annie's told me some of the dialogue that you have with Astarion when you're just like, he can't see himself in a mirror, so you have to describe what he looks like to himself. And if you have to like compliment him in order for him to like you. It's like, bro, you're so full of yourself.
You can also wait.
Thanks for the gifted sub, Chezrat. Oh yeah, Minthara will fuck instantly, Sam. Annie and I have been talking about how we might do an evil playthrough together after she's done, and I'm gonna go fuck Minthara.
Oh, you can't ADS while repelling in.
Forgot about that.
I thought that was an alibi clone. Oh! Oh! That's my teammate. Oh, I wanted the kill. Another gifted sub from Chezrat.
Oh, yeah.
Thank you, thank you. Oh yeah. For Dirge. Okay, what is... When you play Dirge, it changes the whole game, right? Like, it changes a huge parts of the story. Or, like, makes it different, right? Because I started a Dirge playthrough right after I finished it, but I was like, I'm too tapped out. I just put 150 hours into Baldur's Gate. I need a break, and I haven't continued it.
I think the sledge buff is so freaking good.
Yeah, it's pretty cool.
Also, I sent what you just said to Annie, Sam. She saved Scratch and she loves him. Dirge changes things. Your character has evil temptations, okay. Because I figured, and when I play with Annie, I'll probably just play as Dirge. Also, what I want to know is, what happens in the game if you choose to play as one of the default characters instead of making your own? Does that change the story of the game completely? I assume not. But I feel like it's so lame that you can't have like, oh, this is their story, it's now your story. Are you going to split screen or 2 PC? You can split screen Baldur's Gate 3? You play their story a lot differently. Oh. Yeah, I figure we're talking about because Annie is now on Act 3 of Baldur's Gate. I didn't see the cap can traps there. I'm so dumb. I just walked right into them. who gets involved. Mod the game, you can play multiplayer. I mean, we could also just play multiplayer though. Although I think the issue is if we want to play multiplayer, one of us will have to buy the game because Annie's just using my copy of the game on Steam. So we'll have to buy an extra copy. Or honestly, we should just like talk to some other friends and get them all on our Steam family plan to just mix accounts, because like we don't all play the same game, so we might as well just have one big library. Ooh, I should just ask like Shane or Drew, because they have Hollow Knight, so then I don't have to pay for Hollow Knight. I could just play it. Split screen on bedroom TV was a terrible experience. Yeah, that seems bad. Gotcha, finger. With a Steam family plan, it basically just merges all your accounts. So, me and Annie are on a family plan. So we, like, I own a copy of Baldur's Gate 3. So there's one copy for the whole family. Just think of it like as a physical, like CDs. So like, if I own one copy, I can play or she can play, but we can't both play at the same time. And then like the more people you have in the plan, the more you can like share games, but you don't get unlimited games, or you can't all play together at the same time. Yeah, coin toss. That's why I was trying to decide between Hollow Knight or Expedition 33 as my variety game for next week, but I'll probably do Expedition 33. And then maybe I'll just play Hollow Knight off stream, and then Hollow Knight 2 on stream. But I'll have to play it like way after it comes out, because new season of Siege comes out right before that. My friends have a Steam family account, and I got Baldur's Gate and 3 of the old Modern Warfares. Yeah, I mean, it's a great idea. It also shares bands. That's how I got a vac like 8 years ago. Yeah, but luckily for my friend group, no one really plays multiplayer games where they would cheat, and also we all suck. So like we don't play games where we cheat. Luckily that's not a concern. Like the 2 friends that I would probably add to the family plan, they don't play like Counter-Strike. They don't play any FPSs. They just play like story-based games and then like co-op games. So, no real concern of a VAC ban. Just pull a tiny bit from your business and buy the game. Yeah, I mean, you always can, but just because you can pay for something doesn't mean you should. If you could afford a copy of the game, or someone says, hey, do you want to just borrow my copy for free? Why would you not just borrow their copy? Why would you spend the money when you don't have to? Low-key, that's how the rich stay rich. Being smart with their money. I know it sounds dumb, but like, the cheapest people I've ever known were the richest. Where we live, the price for electricity changes based on the time of day to try to keep demand, like, you know, normal, so they can know what to expect.
Go to prep.
And, there was a girl that I was seeing for a bit, and her family was super rich, and they literally would not spend, or they would not turn on the lights before 7 p.m. because that's when the lights got cheaper. So they would wait for everything, and then as soon as 7 p.m. hit, then they would start actually turning stuff on. The richest people are the cheapest. That's how they keep their money.
Nice, good job.
Nice. Good game, bro.
What is that guy doing in reading?
Larry and Suez deserve the support, though. You're not wrong, but I feel like 4 people making use out of 3 copies is good enough. If it was like one copy bought and then we had like 10 people using it, sure, maybe that's a bit excessive, but I feel like one less copy is not the end of the world, especially for a game that was like the best seller of the year. I don't think they're pressing for that one extra copy sale. I have a soft spot for Larian. Again, if it was like abusing it, sure. One copy, not gonna make a difference. How's the recoil on it? Oh, the recoil on the Reaper is still terrible. It's better, but it's terrible still. It has so much sideways pull. I'll quickly show you before I end stream. I'm definitely not playing test server tomorrow. There is like nothing else for me to do on test server. I think I probably, with all the clips I got today, I think my Reaper video is going to be like half an hour long. Or maybe I'll just cut out a lot of the mediocre clips. So, look at the recoil on this. Look at how much it pulls to the side. Like it's straight, goes a little bit, and then it starts to curve more. Big jump, goes up a little bit. Like it is genuinely awful how much it turns to the side. So you can't full auto fire it for too long. You have to burst fire it, or like 10 or less bullets. I don't even know if compensator helps much. Okay, it definitely helps with the sideways, but then the vertical is... It actually almost looks better. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14. That's about the max. 14. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15. So one less bullet to reach top, but horizontal is actually a lot better. How many ops got the new weapon selection? So Sledge and Yang got it on attack. Sledge, Yang, and then on defense it was Pulse, Rook, and Oryx. Suggestion of Paint 3D for variety stream. I don't know what that means, but I ain't doing that. I want to play a game. And Effects is in love with this gun. I don't know why. I don't know why either. It's not that good. Alright, chat, that's gonna be it for today. A lot of deep talks with you guys. Hopefully some of you learned something. I doubt it. Also, but at the same time, maybe don't learn stuff from Twitch chat and instead actually educate yourself. Because Twitch chat is not a reliable source for information or stuff to learn from. But I will be back tomorrow. I don't know what I'm going to do tomorrow. I'll try to decide on my schedule. I don't want to take too many days off. But like I think for sure, like 100% I'm taking Saturday off. Guaranteed. I'm not going to be here Saturday at all. And then I'll have to decide between Sunday or Monday to take off. I'm leaning towards short stream Sunday, like a 2-hour stream. I'll do hacker replay, maybe one match, and then that's it. And then Monday I'll take off. But I also could stream Monday because we're doing hide and seek. So I could do hacker replay into hide and seek. But it's probably best I'll probably just do stream early Sunday for a short period of time. And then Monday off. And then Tuesday to Saturday will be variety streams. That'll be the plan. Okay. How many days are there till the new season? September 2nd is the new season. So however many days until then. Alright, thank you guys again for watching. I will see you guys tomorrow. Probably main build tomorrow. I'll just play some unranked or something. I don't know. Okay? Bye.